Good morning, ECE 358. Today we're going to be talking about an interactive vocabulary building learning experience. It's a lot of big words, but really all it is we're going to be talking about how to introduce vocabulary words to your class through the use of a book and some fun activities. The book we chose is It's Okay to Be Different by Todd Parr. This is a fiction book, and it's written for children ages 3 to probably about 7. And what this book does is it talks to kids and explains to them that it's okay to be different. And it uses fun pictures and silly scenarios. Like one of the kids is missing a tooth, one of them has no hair, one of them's an invisible friend. But it shows them that no matter what, it's okay to be different in who you are. We chose this book because the children are going to love the bold, bright colors. And a lot of the pictures are a little bit silly. Like when they're trying to help the squirrel gather nuts. As a teacher, the repetition in the book is very good. Every part of the story is going to keep repeating. It's okay to be different. This repetition helps the students as they're learning to read because those words become concrete in their mind. It also encourages empathy. At this younger age, they love everyone, but they're still learning and building off of that. They look different, they talk different, they act different. That's okay. We want them to understand that no matter who they are or who their friends are, that we should still feel empathy towards them. It supports diversity by encouraging the acceptance of other cultures and disabilities. Our class is full of a lot of different students that are very different. Some of their lifestyles and cultures are very different, but that's okay. It also gives us children exposure to diversity. For some children, when they start school, they may have never seen a child that was in a wheelchair. They may have never seen a child that had trouble seeing. So these are going to be new concepts that are just different. That different isn't bad. It just really is that different. It also helps students see that we are more alike than different. Even though their friend's skin color may be different, they may both like to play cars. They may both love playing soccer. So it helps them to realize those things that they share in common. The vocabulary words we chose for this story, we've actually picked 7 different words. 5 are found in the story, and 2 help us with the understanding of the story. The tier 1 words we picked were different, finished, help, small, and where. These are going to be common high-frequency words that are being introduced into their vocabulary and into their spelling. And even though they may have heard the words before, they may not actually know what the full definition is and how to use it correctly. The tier 2 words we picked were for the conceptual understanding, diversity and empathy. Neither of these words are actually found in the book, but they'll help the students with the concepts that are in the book. The difference in our tier 1 and tier 2 the tier 1 words are going to be your simple words that children use every day in the vocabulary. And usually they know about what it means, even though they may not be able to put it into words. Tier 2 words are similar to words that they may find in their vocabulary, but they're going to come across them more when they're reading or in deeper subjects. Tier 3 words are words that are specific to different subjects or different topics. Our book didn't contain any tier 3 words, but as we get into other books during the year, some of them might. The purpose and questions. The purpose statement is going to be how you introduce the topic to your class, and it's also what are we trying to accomplish when we read this book to our students. So our purpose statement is going to be, hello students, today we're going to read a book that teaches about diversity and encourages empathy. And then we're going to explain what diversity is. Diversity means we're all different. If you look around this classroom, you're going to see that none of us look the same. Some of us have brown hair, some of us are blonde, some are tall, some are short. And when we talk about encouraging empathy, we're talking about teaching them that it's okay to love everyone and to understand how our friends feel that may be different. Some of the questions we're going to ask during the story are the ones we have listed here on the slide. The reason you want to think about what questions you're going to ask ahead of time is you want to make sure that you're being aware and actually bringing those students into the story and asking those open-ended questions that get them thinking a little bit further about the story. It's not just simple pictures and words, but are they actually using their mind to take it to the next step? So now I'm going to share with two of our teachers reading the story.
Good morning, class. Welcome back to Miss Jamie's. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We are going to do something super fun today. We're actually going to read a book, and this book is actually going to teach us about diversity and empathy. I know those are some big words, but we're going to learn a lot of new words today. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys have your listening ears on and your thinking caps. So this story is called It's Okay to Be Different by Todd Parr. Okay, so just from looking at this, what can you tell me, or what do you think about the book? Like, what do you think the story might be about? Okay, well, let's see. All right, so we're opening up. Whoops. Okay. It's Okay to Be Different by Todd Parr. It's okay to be missing a tooth, or 2 or 3. It's okay to need some help. We're going to stop right here and we're going to look at this word right here, help. Can everybody repeat that with me? Good. Help is to make possible or easier for someone to do something. Okay, that's one of our words we're going to be looking at today, one of our vocabulary words, okay? All right, so it's okay to have a different nose. Now, here's another word. Different is one of our vocabulary words as well. Different means not like something or someone else or like before. Okay, so let's everybody say different. Good. And let's go back to this word right here. Everybody say help. Awesome. You guys are doing so good. It's okay to be a different color. It's okay to have no hair. It's okay to have big ears. And it's okay to have wheels. It's okay to be small, medium, large, or extra large. We're going to stop right here and we're going to look at another word. We're going to look at small. Okay? Small, what that means is not large in size or amount. So can everybody say small? Good. You guys are doing so good. It's okay to wear glasses, like Miss Jamie. It's okay to talk about your feelings. Purr, roar, grr. It's okay to eat macaroni and cheese in the bathtub. Has anybody ever done that? It's okay to say no to bad things. It's okay to come from a different place. And it's okay to be embarrassed. And then we're going to stop right there. We're going to talk about a few things. So I want everybody to look at their neighbor this way. And I want everybody to look at their neighbor that way. Now, just a few questions. Do we all look the same? Do we all have the same color hair? No. Do we all have the same color eyes? No. So we're not all the same, are we? So diversity means different or not the same. How are the people on the cover different? Okay. And then the person sitting beside you, how are they different? Okay. How are we all alike? Okay. And do you think it's okay to be different? You do? Okay, in line. And just, I know we stopped in the middle of the book, But so far, what do you think that Mr. Parr is trying to teach us just from what we've read so far? Okay, awesome.
Alright, guys, y'all ready to finish reading our book? It's okay to come in last. It's okay to dance by yourself. I know Miss Crystal loves to dance by herself. Y'all probably see me dancing and acting crazy all the time. It's okay to have a pet worm. And it's okay to be proud of yourself. That's why we have our brag wall on the side of the classroom, so we can post up our picture or our work that we're proud of. Because sometimes it's okay to be proud of yourself and the things you work hard for. It's okay to have different moms. It's okay to have 2 different dads. And some kids even have 2 moms or 2 dads. Or maybe you have a mom that lives in one house and a dad that lives in a different house. It's okay to be adopted. It's okay to have an invisible friend. It's okay to do something nice for someone. What is the cat doing for the mouse? What is it giving it? Do y'all see the piece of cheese in his hand? It's okay to lose your mittens. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to do something nice for yourself. That's a lot of ice cream, don't y'all think? Would Joe's parents be happy and think it's okay if we ate that much ice cream? Probably not. But it's okay to have 1 or 2 scoops sometimes. It's okay to help a squirrel collect nuts. It's okay to have different kinds of friends. And it's okay to make a wish. What is the doggy wishing for? That's right, the dog's wishing for a bone. Is that what y'all wish for? Do y'all wish for a bone when you sleep? Me either. But it would be okay if you did. It's okay to be different. You are special and important just because of being who you are. Love, Todd. Remember, Todd was the author of our book. So what was Todd trying to teach us today? That's right. Todd was teaching us that it's okay to be different. That sometimes we may be missing a teeth or tooth. We have some friends in here that have already lost their first tooth. It's okay to have no hair or long hair. It's okay if your skin's a different color than your best friend's. It's okay to act different. Some kids love to be loud, and some of us kind of like it when it's quiet. So we talked about today how it's okay to be different. Different means you're not the same as everyone else. But we want to have empathy. We want to love everyone just because of who they are. We want to show them that love and that we care about them too.
Good morning, class. Welcome.
Alright, guys, y'all ready to finish reading our book?
Sorry about that. It decided it wanted to try and read it again to us. So the first activity we picked is called I Spy. And the reason we picked this activity is because it's going to allow our children to read and hear and to help clarify the word meanings for the vocabulary we picked, but it's also going to allow them to provide oral or pictorial written responses to a text. What that means is the text that we're trying to prove is that they're not only know these words, but they're able to write it down and draw a picture. So the students are going to do this by applying the alphabetic knowledge and matching their letters to the words, but also being able to identify those lowercase letters. But they're also going to get to use their new vocabulary words in a sentence. So we can get this.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed our book just as much as Miss Jamie did. So we're going to do a quick little review where we talk about those 5 big words that we just learned. So different, finished, small, where, and help. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pass out, or have our helper pass out, some expo markers and our whiteboards. Okay, and once everybody gets those, I'm going to tell you what our next activity is going to be. It's called I Spy. So what I've done is all those words, those 5 words that we just learned, that we just talked about, they are hidden throughout our classroom, okay? Now they could be on the back of your chair, they could be on your desk, they could be on my desk, they could be on the wall. So I need you to look with your eyes, and I need you to listen, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I spy a word that begins with S. Right, it's going to be the word small. So you're going to look for that word, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to write it on your expo board or your whiteboard with your expo markers. And once everybody has that word wrote down, we're going to come back, we're going to sit back on our carpet, and we're going to hold our boards up, okay? And we're going to do it till all the words are found. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now once we do that, then we're going to go to our centers. Okay, so yellow table will go back to their yellow table. Blue will go back to their blue table. Red will go back to their red table. And you're going to find on your table this worksheet, okay? And we are going to rainbow write our words. That's 3 different colors. Okay, any crayon of your choosing, you're going to practice writing this word, and then you're going to come up with a sentence. And in this sentence, you're going to draw a picture from, okay? So, all right, everybody got their listening ears on, everybody got their eyes ready, and they're ready to look, okay? It's called I Spy.
Thank you, Miss Jamie, for explaining that to us. So the teacher's going to start out by reviewing their vocabulary words. The reason we do this is we want to make sure those words are fresh on their mind. And she's going to have the words written down and hidden throughout the room so that the students can find the word or spy the word. What she'll do is she'll say the first letter of the word. For example, if we're different, she's going to say, can y'all find a word that begins with the letter D? What we're doing here is we're trying to help the kids not only recognize those letters, but start getting in the mind those beginning phoneme sounds. Okay, da 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 D. Which word started with da da sound? So we're trying to tie in those different concepts into their vocabulary to help concrete it. Students are going to use their dry erase board and go find the word and write it down, and then return back to the carpet. Then the students are all going to show what they've written down to the teacher. This allows her to look at their boards and to see if they're actually understanding the concept or if they're struggling. This way, if they're struggling, she'll be able to come back and help them during individual time or during center time later and work with those students a little more, just to make sure that we all got it and we all understand completely. Students afterwards are going to rotate back to their table, and they're going to do this little worksheet where they get to practice writing the words, drawing the picture, and then writing a sentence. Our second activity is going to be our favorite part drawing. And what we're wanting the kids to be able to do is we want them to be able to have listened to the story and be able to write an oral, not only a written response, but a pictorial response to the text. We want them to have got something meaningful out of the story. All right, so Miss April is going to share with us how to do the activity.
Okay, class, didn't we enjoy our book, It's Okay to Be Different? It was such a good book that talks about how we are different with each other. Now, to help us bring that all together, we're going to draw our favorite part of the book. And then we're going to think of some of our special words that we've been learning about all week to help us draw our favorite part of the book. So, Miss Allen has did an example for us. What I like to do first is sketch out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to draw, and then we'll color it in. So, one of our vocabulary words we learned this week was different. And my favorite part of the book was that it was okay not to have any hair. And the little girl looked so different with the bald face and her big old bow. I sketched it. So here's my sketch. That's Miss Allen's bow with her with no hair. And we're going to write at the bottom, it's okay to be different. Okay?
Thank you so much, Miss Allen, for sharing that with us. So as you can see, she drew the picture as if a child would, and then they practiced writing their sentence that included their new vocabulary word. This way, they're getting to practice their sentences. We're practicing those spaces in between our words, but we're also actually using our new vocabulary word in a sentence to make sure we understand the definition. One thing we'll do is we'll have those vocabulary words on the board, especially for the ones like different that are kind of longer words that the kids aren't used to seeing. That way, they have that extra help for the ones that need it on how to spell it. And she'll be walking around the classroom helping it and giving more assistance to any child that needs extra assistance. These were just some activities that we could have chosen. There's a never-ending supply of activities you could choose to go with your book, but your real goal is to be able to help those students understand the vocabulary in a fun and engaging way. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today about how to include a new activity in book to teach new vocabulary words. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much.